Hello, this is James from monoHex Software, back with the second video in this series about monoPlayer and monoPlayer's library functionality. We are back in, if you watched the first video, we created a library with some jazz albums. We're in that library now, and this video is going to show you basically the browsing features that we have in version 2 for libraries. So let's get straight to it. There are two browsing modes for libraries in monoPlayer version 2. They are the tag browser and the cover browser. I've just opened the library settings menu you can see on the screen. And so you can see this is how you switch between them there. For now, we're going to stay in the cover browser mode, so I don't need to click anything there. But yeah, so by default, you get this nice list with cover art of all the albums in your library, and you can double click on an album to start it playing. Again, it's muted, so you won't hear anything. You can use the library settings menu to group the covers in cover browser mode by a tag. You've got a choice of tags. If we group by album artist, you can see we've got nice headings and an alphabetical list of artists, and it's divided up that way. And then you can this additional pop-up menu will appear that lets you select a given value for whatever the tag is, and so you can do it that way. We have as well for playing. You can select multiple albums at once. You can right click and you get some options for adding it to the playback queue. When you're in cover browser mode, because cover browser mode deals with albums, you can do album shuffle, so you can shuffle the albums so that the tracks will be in order within the albums, but the albums themselves will get added to your playback queue in a random order. So if we do that, we see that that they're in a different order there. So that's that, and then there's one more feature. If I just go back to all artists, which is we have this icon here, which is the playing die, which will choose a random album from whatever's displayed in the cover browser. So if you click it there, you get random. You can just keep clicking it again and again. I think this is quite nice. It introduces a bit of serendipity. If you can't think of what to listen to, or you want a bit of inspiration, you can use that button there. So that's the cover browser. It's very simple. The tag browser. This is a bit different from what you might see in other apps. The idea with this is monoPlayer supports a lot of different types of tags, and the idea was that you should be able to browse your music library using pretty much all of them, or at least a lot of different tags, not just artist and album and maybe genre like in lots of other players. So this is an incredibly flexible tool. You filter basically by the way it works is this doesn't deal with albums so much as it deals with songs, and you filter the songs by the different tags. So to give you an example, and you can filter by any tag and in any sequence of tags. So you can go on filtering kind of arbitrarily. It's kind of free form. So to give an example, you can start by filtering here by record label. So we're in our jazz library. I can start with Blue Note, and then it gives me the opportunity to. You can obviously you've got all the tracks and you've got a track count here, but you can filter again. So you can filter again by artist. So these are all the artists that have songs released on Blue Note. So I can pick an artist, and then you see I can filter again. So I can filter by album, I can filter, as long as there are multiple values, you'll be able to filter by it. So you go albums, and it's just very easy to select. You can use the right-click, the context menu in the tag browser as well. So we can add that last in queue, and that will appear right there at the end. So what other options do we have in the tag browser? Well, we have these A to Z options are there automatically. You can disable them in settings, but if you have large libraries, your list of artists might just be too long and unwieldy, for example. So if you instead you can use this, and instead you can just select the letter if you're looking for a specific artist there. That's quite convenient. For the years tag, what we've done is we've done decades instead of A to Z. So that's quite nice, quite convenient, quite useful, I think. So you can do another example here, if you want to listen to something from the 1960s, and you can then, if you want, filter by label. You can filter by anything. So we've got that, and then what albums do we have? Booker Irvin's Freedom Book. So we can add that to the queue, and you see it appears there. And yeah, so finally with the tag browser, the playing die icon also works, the random icon, and what it does is it selects a random value from whatever tag you have selected. So here I've got this list of albums. If I hit that icon, it's going to select from within these 4 albums here. If I move back up, if I select albums here, if I select an album here, then it will select randomly from all of them. So again, it's quite convenient to use for selecting a random album there. That was it. That covers it, really. That covers the basics of browsing libraries in monoPlayer. The next video will deal with updating libraries and adding, deleting, etc. Music within the libraries and how that works. I hope that's given a good overview. Again, you can download the app and try it out from our website. Link is below if you're on YouTube. And thank you very much for watching.